In addition to being able to export elevations, you can also export section cuts. The section cut tool is part of the main toolbar. If you don't have that turned on or you can't see it, you can go up to the top of the screen under View, Tool Palettes, and whether you're on a Mac or a PC, both platforms have an option for large tool set. All these other toolbars that I've got, those are just extra Ruby scripts and plugins, which we're actually going to talk a little bit about Ruby scripts and plugins, but these are all extra toolbars that I've downloaded from the web and installed on my own version of SketchUp. So if you don't see those, don't worry, it's not a big deal. These are just extra tools that I've installed here on my machine. Once you can see the section tool, just go ahead and click on it. And once you click on the section tool, SketchUp is going to grab a section plane, which will be attached to the cursor, and you'll notice that the section plane will flip-flop around depending on whichever surface you're hovered over in your SketchUp model. Here I'm just going to click on the end wall here by the east elevation, and as soon as you click on a surface, SketchUp will insert that section plane so that it cuts through the entire model. The section plane itself is an object. You can take the Move tool and click on that section plane to actively or dynamically move it throughout the model to get the exact section cut that you want. In addition to now being able to right-click on the section plane and select the option for Align View, now we've aligned our view to that particular section plane so that we're looking at the model. You can turn the section plane off now. So there's this big blue section plane, which is kind of strange and a little bit kind of fuzzy and transparent. But if we turn that section plane off, now we can see right into the model still without the plane actually being there. And now we don't have to worry about accidentally grabbing it with the Move tool either. One of the cool things about looking at your model in section is that you can actually edit your model while you're working in section. And there's also an option with the section plane turned on to right-click on the section plane and select an option for Create Group from Slice. It's just kind of a cool way if you're working in SketchUp to be able to create a group of edges directly within your SketchUp model that show you what the section cut is going to look like before you export it to CAD. It's also a helpful tool for getting sections of the model that you can pull out away from the drawing to start working on other little 3D details of particular connections. There's lots of uses for that I'm sure you'll find as you work through SketchUp, but I just wanted to point that out as a special part of the section plane tool, since we're not going to really look too much about using this in any other kind of particular way. From here I'm just going to take the eraser tool and erase that particular section group, and then come back. You'll notice I was kind of flipping around through a couple of the buttons up at the top toolbar. Now these are my section tools. If you're on a PC, you can go to View, Tool Palettes, and you've got a tool palette there for the section tools. Since I'm on a Mac, I've actually brought these section tools up by right-clicking on the toolbar, selecting the option for Customize Toolbar. And here you'll see the section display icon and the section cuts icon. You can just drag those icons up into the toolbar and then select the option for Done. Just to talk briefly about how those two icons work. The section display icon will either turn on the actual section object of your model or hide the section object. And the section cuts icon will either make that section plane active or deactivate that section plane so that you can see the rest of the model. So using those two buttons in combination with each other are definitely pretty useful.